Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today we are decoding something literally foundational. We're going to be looking at the core concepts of true wealth and true happiness, specifically through the lens of Jim Rohn's legendary The Challenge to Succeed seminar. Now, if you're a focused learner looking to completely rewire how you approach your personal and professional growth, well, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to break down this timeless personal development blueprint step by step, so let's dive right in. Don't leave to chance, make it a study. You know, what's really interesting about this philosophy is how it completely flips our normal understanding of success on its head. Most people just kind of hope for wealth, right? They cross their fingers and wish for happiness. But a profound takeaway from Rohn's audience is that true wealth isn't about luck at all. There is no way you can just leave your life to chance. You've got to make it a deliberate academic pursuit. Basically, you have to study success just like you would study a complex science. All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, the study of success. So to actually escape a mediocre life, you have to shift your paradigm. You must become an active student of personal development. And we define this as the conscious act of working on yourself, controlling your mind, and mastering the basics to achieve whatever you want. It's not just, reading a book and feeling inspired for 5 minutes. No, it's an active daily effort to govern your own thoughts. If you try hard enough and really learn these absolute basics, you can achieve just about anything you set your mind to. It all starts with recognizing that your mind is, without a doubt, the most powerful tool you own. Which brings us right to Section 2, the reality of ownership. Now, this brings up a harsh, but honestly very empowering reality. Let me ask you this, and I really want you to think about it. Who is coming to save you? Seriously. When your goals feel completely out of reach, or when you face some massive, unexpected setback, whose ultimate responsibility is it to fix the situation? The answer? Nobody. Nobody is coming. You have to do it alone. Now, I know that sounds heavy, but it isn't meant to sound lonely. It's meant to sound liberating. There are absolutely no excuses when it comes to your own personal growth. You can't wait for a savior, or a better economy, or a kinder boss, or some lucky break. Taking extreme, uncompromising ownership is the absolute bedrock of this whole philosophy. If you want a wealthy and happy life, well, the construction of that life is entirely on your shoulders. Now, once you accept that responsibility, you immediately run into Section 3, the silent killers. There are 7 silent killers of success. And you know what makes these threats so incredibly dangerous? It's right there in the name. They are silent. We're talking about things like unchecked procrastination, blaming the economy, lacking written goals, or entertaining a cynical mindset. These aren't massive explosions that ruin your life overnight, right? They're more like slow, quiet leaks in your foundation. They trap capable, highly intelligent individuals in a permanent cycle of mediocrity. Identifying these killers in your own daily routine is your absolute first line of defense. So, how do we get out? Let's look at Section 4, the escape blueprint. Okay, here is your poverty escape blueprint. Think of this as your literal chronological map out of mediocrity. We've got 6 rules to build real wealth. First, take control of your mind and completely silence that negative self-talk. Second, eliminate all excuses. Just get rid of them. Third, make success a deliberate study, like we talked about. Fourth, define exactly what you want, because clarity is power. Fifth, learn the foundational skills required for your specific field. And sixth, dedicate yourself to working harder on yourself than you do on your actual job. This isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. It's a highly deliberate, step-by-step escape plan that literally anyone can follow if they are willing to put in the effort. But there's a catch, which we'll cover in Section 5, the power of discipline. That phenomenal blueprint we just looked at? Yeah, it's completely useless without an intimidating, almost scary level of daily discipline. It fundamentally changes a poor man's life, hour by hour. And it all anchors on 5 a.m., the secret habit. Waking up while the rest of the world is asleep gives you this undeniable psychological edge and absolute control over your day. Then in the morning, you think bigger and move faster. You attack your massive goals with aggressive urgency. By the afternoon, you start small. You break those massive, intimidating goals down into highly actionable, immediate tasks so you don't get paralyzed. And finally, in the evening, you act like the rich. You dedicate your time to reading, reflecting, and planning, exactly like wealthy, successful individuals do, rather than just checking out and escaping into mindless entertainment. Oh, and alongside that rigorous daily routine, there's one non-negotiable skill you've got to have: developing better communication skills to articulate your value. You simply cannot break out of mediocrity if you can't explain your worth to the world. Whether you're leading a team, selling a product, or honestly just managing your own internal dialogue, your words are the vehicle that delivers your hard work to everyone else. Bringing it all together, we have Section 6, True Wealth and Happiness. So, how do all these disciplined actions actually culminate in our ultimate goal? The contrast is literally night and day. On one side, you have the mediocre life, leaving your future to chance, waiting for a savior, and just facing long-term stagnation. On the exact opposite side, you have the wealthy life, making success a rigorous study, taking absolute accountability and consistently applying deliberate strategies. The wealthy life isn't an accident, folks. It is carefully, deliberately engineered. And ultimately, true wealth and true happiness are deeply, deeply intertwined. True wealth gives you the autonomy and the freedom to actually pursue true happiness. And in return, true happiness is what gives your wealth actual meaning and purpose. You need the internal joy just as much as the external abundance. It's the whole package. And this entire journey, the whole shebang, rests on a single, powerful number: 7. The life-transforming 7 strategies for wealth and happiness. These are the structural pillars that support your permanent shift from a life of mere chance to a life of conscious design. To wrap things up, Jim Rohn leaves us with one incredibly memorable, thought-provoking question. You're not a tree. What choice will you make today? Think about it. If a tree doesn't like where it's planted, it can't move. But you are not a tree. If you don't like your financial situation, your mindset, or your level of happiness, you have the power to move. You have the blueprint. You know the silent killers to watch out for, and you understand the daily discipline required. So what's your next move going to be? The choice is entirely up to you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me to decode all this incredible material, and I will see you in the next explainer.